Hello and welcome back to the Honest Mate and to another edition of Smackdown Out of 10. And yeah, big show today because of course it is the first Smackdown since Survivor Series. No CM Punk on this show, but we did get Randy Orton who was choosing a brand, as well as much more. The women, of course, the fallout to the Women's Survivor Series WarGames match, which kicked off the show. And yeah, it's Bianca Belair calling out Io Sky and Damage Control, telling the heel faction that the issues between them are not over. They brought out the heels, followed by Charlotte Flair and Shotzi before the predictable wheel, which concluded with the babyfaces standing tall. Bayley, however, was nowhere to be found. Furthering the idea that her days of affection are numbered. It was paint by numbers segment that furthered nothing and added little substance to the ongoing story. Unfortunately, though, the revelation by Bayley after the break that no one told her they were heading to the ring made things very interesting when Sane battled Bianca later in the night. And yeah, the writing's on the wall there, but I think it's going to be a really good face turn for Bayley. I think, yeah, could really suit her character, so I'm looking forward to seeing where that's going. Before it's time for Butch versus Bobby Lashley. Butch is the man on his island, his partnership with Bridges in shambles, the Brooding Brutes appear no more. The former Bruiserweight battled Lashley, who accompanied to the squared circle by the Profits, and fared about as well as expected. He was tenacious, resilient and tough, but the Almighty eventually overpowered him with a strength and a explosive offense, scoring the win and a spear that turned him inside out. Butch looks strong here, even in defeat, and then the potential shifting character back to Pete Dunne certainly could be there. For Lashley, this was a good win in his first match back in singles competition on Friday night, even if it didn't do much to bolster him in the eyes of many who already know he's a top tier star. But it's still a fun competitive match, and I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Before it's time for Santos Escobar versus Joaquin Wilde. Escobar got a win here, following up his victory at Survivor Series. A competitive match highlighted Escobar's budding star and Wilde's undervalued skill set. Ultimately, Escobar scored the win with his Phantom Driver, but a post-match attack gave way to Lee making the save and sending the heel scaring him back. It was a solid way to showcase Escobar as he develops into one of the most desired competitors on SmackDown, and a way to keep the feud with Lee alive. The most dynamic segment based on what we've seen out of Escobar in recent weeks, probably not, but I thought it was effective nonetheless, and yeah, the work he's doing in his heel character really is working. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Before Logan Paul returns to SmackDown and the US champion wasted little time revealing there'll be a tournament to determine his next challenger, Owens interrupted, followed by Waller, and the advertised match between the last two teams got underway. Waller capitalised on the interference from Austin Theory and worked over the injured hands most of the bout. It was not enough though, as Owens gutted through the pain and scored the win out of nowhere to the chagrin of the heels. It was Paul a year ago, and see what he did here. You could see a megastar in different stages of confidence. He's far more comfortable at this point and knows who he is on the mic. He's great on the mic and is the most natural rookie in years. Owens was great here, going toe to toe with Paul, and I thought, yeah, this could kind of be a rivalry that works very well with all competitors. Owens getting a big win too to kind of set it on its way. Before it's time for Bianca Belair versus Kairi Sane, Belair continues to dig herself in a hole, infuriating late in Sane's match with Bianca Belair, and inadvertently distracting her long enough for the ST to recover and score the win. It was hardly the first time Belair and Sane did battle. They competed against each other, of course, in like the May Classic, and they demonstrated solid in-ring chemistry. Unfortunately, the match was hampered by an all-time break that meant the majority of the bout occurred during it. Still, the story development with Bayley costing a teammate will be hugely significant moving forward. And the end game, as Bayley in Damage Control as a whole, is really coming to an end now, and I really like the way they're going about it too. So yeah, this gets 7 out of 10 from me. Like I say, this is a really good segment, really well worked for me. So yeah, 7 out of 10. And yeah, finally in our main event segment, Randy Orton returns to SmackDown and was faced whether he'll sign a contract for the Blue brand or Raw. After getting his hands on Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso with an assist by LA Knight, he chose SmackDown. He then proceeded to drop General Manager and Nick Aldis with an RKO to wrap things up. This was a fast-paced segment that featured great energy from Orton, a red-hot crowd, and the moment that they may have repercussions for Orton in the weeks to come, especially if Aldis takes the RKO personally, which he almost certainly will. How it affects Orton's ability to get his hands on the bloodline will be interesting, but I thought this was a really good segment, answered a load of questions. I think Orton on SmackDown with the bloodline is 100% the right place for him, so yeah, worked well. And overall, SmackDown this week gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Yeah, really good episode of SmackDown for me this week. I thought good stuff. Really enjoyed the main segment. Some of the action throughout the card was really strong as well. Multiple different dimensions telling the story. The Bayley slow face turn is working really well for me. And yeah, just a lot of stuff on SmackDown that I just generally enjoyed this week. So good stuff. But anyway guys, that's it really. Thanks so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and subscribe for daily wrestling news and subscribe to the channel. It's been greatly appreciated. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.